EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here now is Cam Little out to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry for the Hall of Famer. Here's Marshall Faulk. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
At the 35-yard line.
Shotgun. Here's Montana. Throw left side, complete to Moss. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot.
There he goes, right side. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Panthers need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Texans, nothing. Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Stroud looking to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Got a man here. It's Wilson. Yeah, I'll tell you, the effort's sensational, but he may have come up a foot or so short of the line he needed.
Brings up 4th down.
They run forward to Mixon. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Here's Montana to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Vince Wilfork able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They will look to throw. Montana. Short throw complete to Gronkowski. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Montana. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here we go.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
All right. 118. What's up? Hey, south.
Stroud will look to throw once more. And the RP, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Stroud, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Now the extra point.
For the extra point.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
At 7. Cam Little to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And again, he'll find Gronkowski complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And the Panthers, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
60 Bisons, go!
Now Montana. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
A loss of 7.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
At the 42-yard
They don't need to
line.
run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
72,
Operating out of the gun, here's Montana. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Mixing up the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Play action. Stroud now. And he completes it to Wilson. And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a first and 10.
Tony.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's taken down at the 7th after a gain of 7.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Safety Brian Dawkins earns the tackle for loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They go play action with Montana. And he's going to go down. He backs picked up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Normally we think about big swings and scores before a half. We think offense, but this time their defense made the play. Instant pressure off the snap, and they weren't going to let him find a way to escape.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
And the Texans first down. First and 10.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Here we go.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19.
Here's Stroud. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Cam Little to kick off.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Panther 60.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. So good to have you on board with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here. Greg, you look at the marquee, and it's a lot of offensive stars here. I'm looking at the other side. Defenses better show up here if you want to walk out with a win.
Yeah, I think the burden, of course, lies on the players, particularly the players in the secondaries of both of these teams. They're going to have moments where they've got to win one-on-one, as you said, against some of the top offensive skill players in the league. But I also feel like there's a lot on the shoulders of this defensive coordinator. Can you change up coverages, change up looks, make it difficult pre- and post-snap? Not only on these wide receivers and skill players, but also on the guy with the...
Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him. Loss of 5 to start the drive. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Stroud, and he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And he will go all the way. Andre Johnson, touchdown, Houston. They have fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
Chiefs, nothing. Cam Little, the kickoff.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Oh, this ball is going to wind up nowhere close to the landing zone. Definite mishit there. This one's going to be spotted out beyond the 40.
Okay, ready?
On play action, Daniels going up top and looking for Flowers. He gets free. And he's going to bring this one back. Less than a minute into the game.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Harrison Mevis.
And we are underway from Houston. He's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 23-yard line.
Oh, right.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take it.
Throw left side is complete on the 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Hey, south. Buggy. Why Tony? 11.
A draw play for Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On the catch, it's Andre Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Stroud to throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
At the Steelers' 39-yard line.
Look the hot. House, listen up. Hot. 18. What's that?
And Stroud now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was third down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. O.J. Howard from 17 yards out. And the Texans put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Now the try here for the point after. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7, Steelers nothing. Cam Little to kick off.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing now is Rodgers. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
Raymond, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touch to the defense, forcing that incompletion.
This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
15 yards.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Now a second and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. This will be caught by Randy Moss. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Rodgers again now. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Going to the air on the open. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Joe Mixon, 26 yards. And the Steelers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Big 4th down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Here we go. 18. What's that? Watch the motion.
Stroud. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 42 yards. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Tony. Hey, south.
Stroud looking to throw. Short pass to Howard. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Now Stroud. He'll try and do this himself. That's some good running from Stroud, and he gets them the 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
At the 12-yard line.
11. On the quick, right? 18. What's that? Hey, uno more.
Throwing now is Stroud. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
18. What's that?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stroud. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Rodgers now to throw. Got a man, it's Randy Moss. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 to score as we resume action on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's second down. Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Now it's Rodgers. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
He's got the first down and more. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17, Texans 7.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game. And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
18, what's that?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Here we go.
The throwing again is Stroud. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. And this one is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Inside handoff to Mixon. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
It's 2nd and inches at the 44-yard line.
Here's Stroud. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Here we go.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he will be taken down, and a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter.
Here we go. Let's go. 118. Outside.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
There he goes up the right sideline. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now he's going to step up and run. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, you've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. Second and 5 from the 8. From the gun to give to Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 1.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. Third and a yard. They'll run again. Pushing and finding his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And Stroud now to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Why, Tony? Tonight.
Operating from the gun. Stroud. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Rodgers looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Now Rodgers. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Pittman, 44 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 24.
31. Texans 7.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stroud. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play.
Here we go. Swap. Another swap. Okay.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. One final shot for C.J. Stroud. Oh, that is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear.